Everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is Krista here to do the weekly reading for the sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You can always check out your Moon and Rising sign in addition to your Sun sign reading, Leo, just to get a greater grasp on what's going on for the week, energy-wise for you. This is for the week of September 12th to the 19th for Leo. I am using the Medicine card tarot for your main spread today, and then as always drawing additional message cards from the Healing with the Angels tarot and the Wisdom of the Oracle tarot. This is a general reading, so whatever is most prominent in your life this week, I encourage you to take these messages and apply them to, and hopefully you find them helpful and healing. So what does Leo need to know? Oh wow, Leo. So great deal of occult energy here, or witchy or sorcery energy here. Just going to sort of get an idea or a feel, if you will, for what's going on with all the cards together before we look at them one by one. So yeah, a great deal of, I would even say, psychic energy, or your intuition is really on target, and further to that, you're listening to it. You're picking up on cues and signs and messages, really keeping an ear to the ground for something in particular, and you really feel it. Like you're really feeling this vibration. You really feel that things are available to you and that you are closer to source, or that you have a greater understanding of source. Not only sort of this external source, but your connection to it. Okay, so there's a great deal of psychic and wisdom energy going on within you. If you are a woman or a female Leo, you are probably going to feel within an enormous amount of power this week, or you're going to feel like female or feminine power, or be empowered in a feminine way. This really, just these three cards together, is a very witchy kind of feel. So yeah, if you are just entering sort of the witchcraft arts, or even like paganism in general, you're really going to feel like you get it, like it really, you connect with it, and you can feel it, right? It's really going to make a lot of sense to you. And then with the general energy being this sense of sort of accumulating information, accumulating experiences, even because this is with the owl here. I mean, this is experiential, right? You can only read so much about paganism. You can only read so much about any one thing, whatever is huge in your life this week, until you experience it, and that's where the knowledge comes in. So yeah, I really see you having a very energetic, a very maybe even a lot of aha moments this week, and just feeling more confident about the knowledge that you're gaining, and about the, like I said at the very beginning, if you are getting into the esoteric arts or paganism in general, you're just feeling like, oh my gosh, like I get this. This is where I belong. Now I just have to sort of absorb everything here. You're not questioning this type of environment for you. So if it is on any level religious, and not so spiritual. This could still be occurring as well if you are a religious type person. However, I just see more of the witchcraft sort of sorcery thing here, which is really exciting. Another way to frame that as well, if you're neither religious or spiritual, Leo, is to say that you're really connected with the divine. You're connected with something deeper to yourself, and you're more confident about yourself just as you move throughout the world, or move through your day, as it were. You're holding your head higher. You feel more confident in general here. So let's take a look at why I would be reading these cards this way for you. In your central position representing you is the Otter. Here's where we have the Coquette. Here's where we have woman medicine. This is actually the language behind the card is woman medicine. So yeah, if you're a Leo man, for example, you might be surrounded by or have in your life a female, not necessarily Leo, but very probably with Leonian energies, or even fire sign energy. So Aries, Leo, and Sagittarian, that could be that type. But generally speaking, if you're a Leo man, you're going to be introduced to, or you're going to have a woman in your life who is involved with the pagan arts, or who is involved with just being in tune, in touch with nature, with woman, what it means to be woman, you know, female culture especially. However, if you are a female Leo, it's going to feel like you're weak this week. You're going to feel like you're all that and a bag of chips, and that's fantastic. Just like I said, really confident, really comfortable. And I suspect very strongly that it has a great deal to do with just finally tapping into something that makes sense to you and just going with it. You're not questioning it. You're like, yep, I get it. This is where I belong. And just owning it unapologetically. And again, just back quickly with the Coquette, there is probably a sense of flirtatiousness here. Even if you're not trying to attract a partner, and that's fine, your confidence is going to spill out that way. It's just going to be attractive, okay? So whether or not you're looking for a partner, it kind of doesn't matter. You're going to be attractive this week. In your influence to the current situation is Owl. Here's where I'm looking at sort of the actual magic, or the practice of magic. It's really important to recollect here that magic, whether it's white or dark magic, is still magic, and they both work. But just be careful what you're putting out into the universe this week, Leo, because you might even be intimidating. You might even be like, and I'm not going to say overconfident. I don't think that's what's going on. I think you're just like you're feeling yourself so strongly that other people might react to it as though, oh, that's intimidating, or I wonder what's getting into her, or, you know, you might even hear, you know, she's changed, or you might even feel it, like, I feel like I'm not the same person, and I'm really growing and evolving here, and this is what it's about. You're really coming into your own. You're finding out where you belong unapologetically. So just beware here. If you are intimidating, you might even just be a little bit sweeter this week so that you don't come off the wrong way, or you don't rub someone the wrong way. On the other hand, if you're like, I don't care what it amounts to, you can just let it be and let their imaginations soar. So beyond the intimidation effect that the self-confidence has here, again, there is this essence of just being aware of your own sense of magic, what you bring energetically into the world. And this is where I feel that the confidence is coming from, frankly, where you're just like, you get whatever everything is to you this week. Like, something's coming together for you. Something feels finessed for you. At the very least, something is going to feel like it makes sense where it didn't before, or you can apply it where you couldn't before. So yeah, and it's really affecting how you are presenting yourself. And like I said at the very, very beginning, it's going to come off as this sense of like loveliness and very attractive. In your probable outcome for the rest of the week, of course, we have the Spider, and I was going to say it's transformation, but I know it's not, so forgive me. I am going to look this little fellow up. I think it's weaving, but I just want to get the language behind this little guy. Okay, so it's true. He is weaving. So we're just talking here about what kind of story you're telling, what kind of you know, when you're giving off this energy and you're totally in your source and you're totally in your essence, you know, what story are you weaving here? And like I said, other people are picking up on this. And you might even find it laughable, but this is the type of how strong this essence that you have today. It's also a creative sign. This is about, you know, the exaltation of creative energy. This is where you get to design the web, so to speak, that you live in. Or another way to frame that is, you know, your life. Maybe this is the first day of the rest of your life, right? And that's fascinating, because I wouldn't be surprised, because like I said, something has just finally clicked here. So you could be like, oh, I have everything I need. Now I can put these pieces together and now I can create the life or the day or the outcome, no matter what it situates around, that you've always wanted. You want to be able to take both the eagle eye and the mouse's view. So yes, you want to look very closely at what you're creating here or what you're paying attention to, but also make sure that you're not over-analyzing. You're looking at sort of the eagle eye view, everything involved, and making concessions for everything so you don't get tripped up with a too close of a focus here. But the most important message here is to understand that everything that is beginning in motion here, especially if this is step one for you, you know, the first day of the rest of your life for you, just understand here that you are so focused, so intuitive, so wise about this, and so finely in your source, or you've expanded on your source, that this is going to create a ripple effect. So this is where I want you to pay attention a little bit around just getting that eagle eye view. Yes, look closely at your plans. Yes, break everything down in steps or stages or layers, if you will. But like I said, don't get caught up in that. Make sure you're looking at both that and the larger picture here, and make concessions for things changing as well, for any reason, right? You change your mind about something, or something isn't working out fast for this stage of the plan. Maybe you can work on this stage of the plan while you're waiting for something else. So I don't see you getting tripped up by this at all, though. So keep going. Really, really enjoy this week, Leo, because this is really, I would say this is not trying to, I don't want to say explosive, because that sounds like it's dangerous and it's going to be, you know, destroying something. This is the opposite of that. This is like the actual, okay, so let's just say it's like the spark of creation. It's like that, the Big Bang, as it were. So something has really influenced you this week where you're like, I get it, and you're going to follow through with something that you've put off for whatever reason, or you didn't feel comfortable with. And yeah, very exciting, very maybe even bubbly. There's sort of a champagne-y feel for you. With general energy for the whole week for you is gathering. Here we have squirrel, and this is where I'm speaking about really gathering new concepts or ideas, philosophies, or like I mentioned here with your probable outcome, you know, gathering your senses around what you want to accomplish. What do you really want to create? What do you want the larger view, this 5 or, you know, 6-year plan to look like phase by phase? So gathering information, gathering knowledge, and also just being adorable this week. Of course, these are chatty little critters, and they're also really quick. So you could be even excited about telling other people about a newfound information or about your experiences here. So I do feel like something is going to be experiential to the point where it's going to delight you, and you're going to start applying things that you weren't before, gathering information, and very likely sharing it or tucking it away, as per little squirrels do. Maybe you're tucking something away that you can use later and you won't be using right now. But again, congratulations on that, because that is an eagle eye view. So you're paying attention to both close to the ground and the larger picture. So this is really tapping into the larger picture here. So really fantastic, beautiful to see here. And we have little soulmate roll around in the deck here. This is really being supported and feeling supportive. So that something beautiful is happening both ways for you. What you're giving out, you're receiving, and vice versa. Certainly this can have to do with a romantic affair. If that's the case, you're either expanding on romance or you're developing romance this week. I wouldn't be surprised if someone was romantically inclined to move toward you or even ask you out because of this energy, right? Because of this intense, I'm all that. And you deserve it. It's not hyperbole, like you are all that. On the other hand, soulmate really could just be this essence of where you belong, you feel like you belong somewhere on a soul level. It could be with a platonic friend. It doesn't matter where you know them from. It could be work. It could be from a group. You could have just met them. It could be ages old soulmates. And always remember that our companion animals can be considered soulmates. So maybe you're just creating or reigniting or just even understanding on a deeper level a relationship that you have with an animal companion. And if that's the case, it's just as beautiful and it's just as important. A soulmate is a soulmate. Your final card, Leo, how beautiful is this? Is higher power. This actually makes me kind of want to cry because this is how intense things are right now. No joke. I mean, when I say that you're putting out, you're connected to source, you're so confident and comfortable with this. This is why you've got, I mean, the word for owl is deception, but as I always read this, it's a teeny bit of a misnomer. You can lead people to deception and you can be deceived if you're not in your own power and if you get off on intimidating people. I don't see this going on here. I see you being so in yourself and so you're already full. You're not looking for external validation of any kind. And that's what's going to create this sense of intimidation here. But it does stem from a sense of source and a sense of understanding what this means in your life finally. So yeah, I just don't see you having a whole lot of really intense questions or even issues this week at all. I just think it's a beautiful reading for you. If you have a second, please let me know how it works out for you. You know, I'm always curious to hear. And please subscribe. I upload videos for your sign every single week. So until we meet next time, Leo, take good care of yourself. Bye for now.